All right, I am here with Fred Johnson. He is a survivor of the Pulse Nightclub shooting back on June 12th, 2016, 5 years ago. A big development happened, as you know, Fred, on Friday, where President Biden signed into law that the Pulse Nightclub uh, site in Orlando is now going to be a national memorial. You were a part of the ceremony. Tell me about that. What was that experience and how did you feel in that moment?
Um, that's a great question, Tim. Uh, I think the One Pulse Orlando Foundation and the FBI, they do a great job at getting us invited to these functions. Anytime there's anything groundbreaking happening, they really make sure that we're there for, if we're not notified before the public, but if the public is being, if it's being videotaped or broadcast somewhere, they definitely make sure that the victims' families and the survivors are part of it. So I was elated to be a part of the Zoom event where President Biden was signing HR 49 into law.
And what did that feel like for you in that moment when and what remarks did he give that stuck with you?
Well, he did so whenever the tragedy happened in 2016. Granted, he was vice president then, and him and Obama came down. So he reminded us that he was here quickly right after the tragedy, and it's always full circle now. With him being president now, he has made the Pulse massacre, the Pulse nightclub, a national memorial, which that's huge because when people think of national memorials, they think of Pearl Harbor, or they think of those type of places, and those places are in history books. So now with the Pulse nightclub being a national memorial, I think it sends a message out to the LGBT community and to everyone that this right here is an important event, and the memory will be it'll be a memory for everyone for generations to come.
Absolutely, it will be. So, for full disclosure for people watching this, Fred is a friend of mine. I've known Fred for almost 10 years. We were roommates back in Florida in 2012, 2013. And I recall, Pulse was one of the places that you went to in Orlando. I didn't quite make the trek down there, but you did. So that was your spot. Um, and I can tell you that in 2016, when this happened, I had since left Florida and I was living in DC, woke up that morning and seeing the special report of what was happening in Orlando at Pulse Nightclub and just horrified and concerned because I knew that that was a place that you frequented. And then to find out that you were there uh, in that moment, and I'm getting emotional now, but I was so concerned and I was scared. Can you take me back? And I know this is difficult for you, but just briefly take me back to that moment, what you remember, what you recollect during that moment when all of that shooting started to happen.
Yeah, actually, it comes back in bits and pieces, Tim. I know the music was playing, and we heard the shots, but not quite knowing exactly what it was. I mean, just imagine people go to clubs and nightclubs all the time, bars. For someone to be shooting and shooting at you, that's definitely eye awakening. You are you're literally trying to survive. Um, and they having the AR-15 and you having nothing. I mean, we were defenseless. So just to make it out alive, I mean, the beginning of the night, we were just going in there just to have fun, to celebrate one of our friends getting his master's degree and his additional master's degree. Who would have thought at the end of the night that you'll be running for your life? Literally running for your life. So, yeah.
Where were you when all of this started to happen?
I was actually at the bar. So the Pulse Nightclub really had like three separate sections. There was the main dance floor because it was, I think, Latinx night and they were celebrating that. So we were basically what they considered to be the hip hop room. So it was a separate room. So we wasn't able to see who was shooting or what was going on, but we definitely was able to hear. I remember whenever the initial shots came, I tried to run back to see where my other friends were. I was unable to find them. Whenever I ran into one of the bathrooms, where eventually I heard that he was posted in the bathroom for a long time and just shooting just random people. So I thank God I was able to make it out. I did end up on my way out getting shot twice. So I got shot in my arm and I got shot in my side in exiting. But that was scary because it was just a lot going on during that time. So, but luckily, I made it out. Someone picked me up from the ground, helped me out to the back, and that's where we met. Was met with first responders. They actually put a tourniquet on my arm, and then we were just waiting for the ambulance to come.
Do you still have remnants of the injuries on your arm?
Yeah, I had three reconstructive surgeries on my arm and my hand because I had to get my nerve replaced. And actually, they had to take the nerve from my leg to put into my arm. So I had about several $100,000 worth of surgeries after that. Luckily, a lot of that was taken care of by the One Pulse Foundation. So that was a blessing.
Which arm? Let me see. I want to see because.
Okay, so this is the current.
Wow. Yeah, I see that. Wow.
So yeah.
You still have that physical scar. What about the emotional scars? Have those healed or does it still bring back memories?
The great thing about my recovery was that they did make sure that we went to we could seek counseling. They really stayed in touch with us to make sure that whatever needs that we needed, they could assist us with. So I was able to do counseling for like a year because it took a while because I had to go through. I was recovering mentally and recovering physically. So it took about a year, and I had a great psychiatrist. We definitely talked, and they helped me understand what happened, and I'm in a better place now.
Awesome. That was going to be my next question. How are you today? And a lot of people are meeting you for the first time. You live in Charlotte. That's where you currently reside. And you are formerly a member of the military. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's funny, not funny, but I did use the training in the military to kind of, I guess, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but to scope my environment. I noticed whenever, with the AR-15 in my head, I said, well, at one point you can't shoot forever. So I knew he had to reload. So whenever the bullet stopped, I knew at that point the shooter was reloading. So this is the best time to make a run or to try to find a place of safety. So my military instincts kicked in during that time. So I thank God for the training that I received in the military, because I think it helped save my life.
Absolutely. That's an important point to highlight. And it was with the Army, is that correct?
That's correct. Correct. I did the Army for 3 years.
Wow. One of my last questions, Fred, is what message? I mean, we've seen so many strides since 2016 in the LGBTQ plus community. There is a movement to make sure that trans women of color, that their voices are amplified because we know that they are still dying at an alarming rate. But we are seeing strides. What message do you hope that this sends, this national memorial, your story, what message do you hope this sends to LGBTQ plus youth who are now witnessing this and experiencing this?
Yeah, this has been it's tragic times for the trans community and some people in the LGBTQ plus community. I say be encouraged. There are outlets and there are people, there's a community that can assist you with whatever needs that you need. Like I say, be encouraged, and because there are allies out there. And what's important about our allies is that they're there to help us also to assist us. So if you're an ally and you want to know how to be, if you're not an ally, you want to know how to be an ally. What I would say to you, you can do like just the little things. If someone is being critical of the LGBTQ plus community at your workplace, your job, or your home, I say something. Don't be complicit in the conversation. Say something and let them know where you stand at.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fred, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to get across that I have not asked that you want to share?
Love wins.
Absolutely, it does. All right, my friend. Well, I will see you in a few weeks next month so we can
Yes.
reconnect.
Yes.
And I'm so excited. All right. Thank you so much, Fred.
All right. Bye, Tim.